So we're going live now. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I know everyone, it's been a long journey. It's been a long 12-week program and it's finally coming to an end today. So today is the last training webinar session we'll be having on elevator pitch, which is learning the craft of elevator pitch. So I'm just going to introduce everybody joining me in this particular session today. So we have Foko. Everyone knows Foko. Foko has been a mentor on the program for over 5 years and has been supporting us with the French translations. And we also have Nadia. Nadia is a TEF alumni who has been very supportive and supporting with the Portuguese translation. And we have our experts, our business experts, our TEF alumni, our proud TEF alumni, Choma. Choma will be facilitating the session today. Choma is a TEF alumni, right? And she's, she has expertise in coaching people on pitching, learning the craft of elevator pitch. She's also a serial entrepreneur. She has so many businesses. She's into real estate, she's into consulting and into fashion as well. And she's also the co-founder of the Pitch Center. So they basically coach people on how to pitch, preparedness for pitching, and just to be basically investor ready. So just so I don't want to waste much of our time, so we can, kick off the session. I'm going to hand over to Choma. So Choma is also going to introduce herself again, and we will start the session today. Welcome everyone, and I'm happy to be here again with, all our participants from across Africa. So thank you for joining us today. Over to you, Choma. Thank you very much for joining us.
Awesome. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our session. Today, we're going to be talking about crafting your elevator pitch, learning how to craft your elevator pitch. Like the book already introduced, my name is Choma. I am a fashion designer. I'm a pitch trainer, which is the most important thing here. Right. So I am a 2018 TEF alumni, and I've gone ahead to attract so many other opportunities for my business. I've won so many other competitions across the world, and I decided to, start teaching other founders how to do exactly what I have done. And that's why I started the Pitch Center, to help, every other person learn how to pitch their businesses, learn how to even identify the most important things in their value, in their business, and learn how to articulate it properly and access the opportunities that they need to grow. All right, so but today we're going to have a short session because pitching is really a lot. It can take 1 week to groom you on how to pitch. But for today, you've had a long 12 weeks program, so I'm sure that you're almost already there, right? So today is going to be just a summary of how to craft your elevator pitch. You're going to be pitching for the $5,000 grant very soon. So this is going to help you learn exactly how to craft that pitch and ensure that you're putting your best foot forward. All right, let's go. So thank you to my people here who will be translating as well. I encourage you to listen carefully and prepare your questions at the end of the session. Now, what is an elevator pitch? How did this even come about, right? So we know the time it takes to move from one floor in an elevator to another. So it's about 30 to 60 seconds, right? That's exactly the time it takes for you to make an elevator pitch. It's a very concise summary of yourself, your business, and your ask, right? A concise summary of yourself, your business, and your ask. So yourself is what exactly you do, right? Who you are first, what your name is, if you are a barber or a designer, what exactly you do, and then your business. So what does your business do? Your business is so and so Gas Incorporated. We move gas from point A to point B. What exactly do you do? What value do you offer? Right? And then you ask, why are you making this pitch? Why are you talking to me about your business? That's your ask. I'll allow the translators so Nadia, so when I have when I call your name, once I'm done with, like a summary of what I want to say, I'll call your name and then you summarize so that you get the whole, yeah. So that's about the meaning of an elevator pitch. It's a concise summary of yourself, your business, and you ask yourself, what your bio is, who you are, you're a farmer, you're a fashion designer, whatever it is, and then your business, talk about your business, and then your ask is, why are you making this pitch? That's what an elevator pitch is in summary. So, Nadia.
Thanks, Shoma. Boa tarde a todos, bem-vindos a mais uma formação, a última, né? Antes do desafio final. Hoje é sobre o pitch do elevador. A Shoma, que foi apresentada aqui pela Ibucom, é uma empreendedora do TEF de 2018, do ano 2018, e ela é especialista em empresária hoje e é também especialista em pitch. Ela tem um negócio que é ajudar as pessoas com os pitch. Então, basicamente, o primeiro ponto, a primeira coisa que vocês devem pegar hoje é o que é um pitch de elevador. Um pitch de elevador é basicamente um sumário bastante resumido de você, como você, seu nome, o que você faz, teu país e um mínimo sobre si, e depois o seu negócio, se o seu negócio é agricultura, se é em propriedade, se é em transformação, o que seja, e o que você deseja, o último ponto. Portanto, um sumário resumido que vai falar sobre você, sobre o seu negócio e sobre o que você precisa, ou o que você vem buscar. E nesse caso são $5.000. Okay? Esse é o primeiro ponto. Obrigado. Foco, over to you.
Ok, bonjour et bienvenue pour cette dernière session de la session 2021 de la formation pour le compte de la Tenue Foundation Entrepreneurship Programme. Donc, aujourd'hui, avec Shioma, nous allons voir la présentation ascenseur. Donc, la présentation ascenseur est simple. On suppose que vous rencontrez une personnalité ou une personne que vous aurez aimé rencontrer depuis longtemps. Et vous avez juste entre 30 minutes et 1 seconde, entre 30 secondes, pardon, et 1 minute pour lui parler le temps du rencontre dans un ascenseur. Alors, à ce moment, qu'est-ce que vous faites? Vous devez être très concis. Et le jeu va consister, par exemple, en ce que vous parlez de vous-même, de soi, vous parlez de vous, une petite présentation très légère que vous embrayez directement avec une présentation de votre affaire et pour finalement chuter sur la présentation du questionnement pour lequel votre entreprise existe. Donc, voilà un peu ce dont on va faire aujourd'hui dans l'art de la présentation ascenseur. Thank you, Fiona.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we move to the critical parts of your elevator pitch. What are the most important things you need to talk about, you need to touch when you're pitching, right? So first is the introduction. So the introduction, like I said, is telling us exactly who you are, right? Your title, what's important at that point. So for the TEF program, and the reason I'm talking about what's important at that point is there's so many scenarios. If I'm pitching to a UN, there's so many things they're interested in that I will not talk about if I'm pitching to a bank, right? So if I'm pitching to a UN, my introduction will be different than the introduction I'll use for a bank, right? So for the Turning Foundation program, you'll be telling us about who you are. You give an introduction of who you are and exactly what you do, right? Your title, right? Who you are. Your name is James Obiora, or your name is Emmanuel Abdullahi. I am a farmer from Cameroon, right? That's your introduction. So ensure that we catch your introduction to link it to what you do. So by the time you tell us your name is Emmanuel Abdullahi, I am a farmer from Cameroon. Now, what do you do? The next part of your elevator pitch is what you do. So what you do is about what value do you bring? Why am I listening to you? What value do you bring? So I have 10 hectares of land in Cameroon and we plant, okra, right? Or I have, I've produced noiseless generator because we don't have light in Nigeria, right? So what exactly do you do? That's where you talk about, this is a critical part of your pitch. So you move from your introduction to what you do and then what you want. What exactly do you want? Why are you talking to me? So remember, in the beginning, I said it's a concise summary of yourself, your business, and then your ask. So your ask is what do you want? Why are you pitching? Right? So for the TEF program, you're talking about what you do, and then what you want is, I'm pitching for $5,000 to do what? Right? What do you want? What do you want the $5,000 to do? So you talk about it. I'm pitching for $5,000 to buy more materials for my, to scale my business, right? This is very important. You don't have to be very vague. When you're talking about what you want to do with the $5,000, please be as specific as possible. So I will listen to someone who says, I need the $5,000 to buy drying equipment for my laundry business. Or I need the $5,000 to buy more seedlings for my tomato farm, right? Than someone saying, I need $5,000 to expand my business. Because I'm not even going to listen to you. If you tell me you need $5,000 to expand your business, there's so many people who are clear enough that I should be listening to than I want to expand your business. How do you want to expand your business? What does that mean? Right? So if you're very specific, it tells me that you've done your homework and you know exactly where you want to put the money, right? I'm not just giving you $5,000 because you are on the program. It's because I know you know exactly where you want to put the money, and I'm sure that if you put the money there, you are able to scale, right? So I need $5,000 to buy a washing machine for my laundry business, or to buy 3 washing machines for my laundry business. I need $5,000 to buy, cassava stems, or, tissue paper for this, or for a research and development towards, COVID-19 vaccine, right? So you have to be very specific. What exactly do you need $5,000 for, right? That's about what you want. So you talk about what you want, and then what do you want to do with the money, right? Be specific. And then the next thing is your potential impact. Now, the potential impact, I'm adding this potential impact side of things because I noticed that a lot of people miss out on the pitch, on the whole pitch, and don't talk about the potential impact. This potential impact will help whoever you're pitching to grab your message. So it's like a summary of your message. So I'll explain what that means. Now, your potential impact is, if I give you money, if I give you this $5,000 to buy, let's say, for example, I need $5,000 to buy, okay, let's say seedlings for my tomato plantation, right? What I want to know is, what the last leg of it is, what's going to happen if you buy the seedlings and eventually grow this tomato farm, right? What's going to happen? So the potential impact will be, for instance, at the end of the second farming season, we would have harvested 25,000 baskets of tomatoes and shipped to, Bielsa, right? So instead of saying, I need $5,000 to buy seedlings for my tomato farm, I'll be very happy if, this will help to expand my business, right? It's different. It's more subtle than saying, so imagine I say, I need $5,000 to buy tomato seedlings for my tomato farm. And by the end of the next harvest season, we would have grown 25,000 baskets of tomatoes and shipped to Bielsa. So imagine the impact is a lot more than just telling me you need to expand your farm. right? So I want to key into that, the potential impact of the money that I want to, of the grants, because I know that by the time I give you this grant, you are going to produce 25,000, and you're not only producing 25,000 baskets, you're going to be exporting or shipping into so and so location. So I can see the chain of impact that my money, my $5,000 is creating, right? So even if I didn't hear your pitch, you know, your introduction and all of that, once I hear that you are going to, by the end of the second harvest season, I'm not sure what you guys call it, farmers, by the end of the second harvest season, you are going to produce 25,000 baskets of tomatoes that you're going to ship to Bielsa, or you're going to ship to Canada, right? So once I hear that, I'm already keen into it because I need to be part of that impact, right? It's a lot of work, it's a lot of results, and I need to key into it because I see that it's tangible, it's not in the air, right? It's not I want to grow my business or I want to scale. So it's tangible enough for me to key into, right? So that's about potential impact. Nadia.
Thanks, Shoma. Então, vamos lá ver. O que é importante, ou quais são as partes críticas num pitch de elevador? Okay. Como nós falamos há pouquinho atrás, o que você deve vender num pitch de elevador é o você, o que você faz e o que você precisa, o que você quer, ou o que você vai pedir. Então, basicamente, as partes importantes no pitch de elevador são, primeiramente, a introdução de você mesmo. Ok, quando se fala em introdução, é prestar atenção que em cada momento, como você se introduz, vai depender do que você quer, para quem você está a fazer o pitch. Nesse caso, você está a fazer o pitch para a Fundação Antônio Lumelu e você tem que fazê-lo, tem que se apresentar trazendo valor para o teu projeto. Digamos, por exemplo, se você é alguém que tem uma formação de arquitetura, mas você também tem uma formação de agricultura, ou um engenheiro agrônomo, por exemplo, e o teu negócio está na área da agricultura. É claro que aqui não te interessa falar que tem formação de arquitetura ou formação de seja lá outra que não traz valor a este momento. Você deve cingir-se a falar daquilo que traz valor ao seu projeto. Eu sou fulano, eu sou João, formado em agronomia, e eu quero, sou de Guiné-Bissau, por exemplo. Assim, bem, bastante conciso, onde você é, o teu nome e o que você faz. E depois, o segundo ponto será o que você faz. O que você faz aqui nesse sentido é qual é o teu projeto, o que você pretende fazer. Ali, você tem que ser capaz de mostrar o valor adicional que você traz para a mesa, que o teu projeto vai trazer para o mundo. É dessa forma que você vai captar a atenção de quem está do outro lado, do investidor. Você tem que convencê-lo que você traz um valor adicional para a sociedade. A seguir, você vai dizer o que você quer. Você quer os $5.000. Quer $5.000 para quê? Também aqui é importante vocês serem o mais detalhados possível quando tiver a falar do dinheiro, ok? É dizer, eu preciso de $5.000 para comprar máquinas, ou para comprar mais sementes, ou para melhorar, fazer cobertura do meu sítio, ou para fazer uma obra. Sejam concisos. Não diz só, eu preciso de $5.000 para expandir o meu negócio. Não. Tem que ser conciso exatamente como vocês pretendem usar esse dinheiro. E o último ponto é o impacto. Qual é o impacto do teu negócio? Ou seja, basicamente, qual é o potencial impacto que o teu negócio trará para o mundo, para a sociedade, para o teu país? Você aqui tem que prestar atenção que, muitas vezes, o investidor vai ouvir a muitas pessoas e aquele que trouxer o impacto maior provavelmente é capaz de ser selecionado. Então, em vez de você dizer que eu vou comprar, nesse caso, eu sou João, sou agrônomo, sou de Guiné-Bissau, e o meu negócio eu preciso de $5.000 para expandir a minha produção através de compra de um trator, por exemplo, para melhorar a minha forma de colheita e cultivo. E o impacto tem que ser que, quando eu acabar, ou depois de 6 meses, ou de 1 ano, seja lá qual tempo for que você plantar a tua cultura, eu vou poder exportar, por exemplo, para outro país da África, ou eu vou poder enviar para outra cidade que não é a minha cidade, X de toneladas, X de sacos de produção. Ali é algo concreto. Dá para o investidor ver que realmente essa pessoa, quando receber o dinheiro, vai fazer algo que vai trazer um resultado que eu consigo imaginar e ver, ok? Atenção nisso. Foucault, over to you.
OK, thank you, Nadia. Donc, pour commencer, vous devez savoir que la présentation ou le pitch va dépendre de la cible. Si c'est par exemple devant les Nations Unies, vous devez connaître les intérêts des Nations Unies et le programme dans lequel vous assistez ou bien pour lequel vous faites votre présentation. Si c'est par exemple devant la banque, vous devez être focus sur ce pourquoi vous rencontrez la personne ou bien vous vous présentez à la personne qui est votre interlocuteur. Donc, comme on l'a dit, vous devez déjà commencer par dire ce que vous faites, dire qui vous êtes et ce que vous faites. Et cela doit toujours être en relation avec le projet qui vous a amené vers le destinataire de votre présentation. Maintenant, au niveau de la problématique, vous devez dire exactement et de façon très spécifique pourquoi est-ce que vous voulez de l'argent. Si c'est 5 000 $ que vous voulez, vous ne devez pas seulement dire que vous êtes un participant à la formation d'autonomie. Non, ce n'est pas ça qui est important. Ce qui est important, c'est de dire de façon spécifique l'objet du financement que vous voulez. Vous allez investir sur quoi? Si c'est un champ de tomates, vous devez dire par exemple, nous voulons acheter un séchoir. Si c'est une laverie, vous devez par exemple dire, nous devons acheter une machine à laver ou nous voulons acheter un séchoir à linge. Vous ne devez pas dire que j'ai besoin de 5 000 $ pour étendre mon activité, pour le développement de mon activité. Là, c'est vague, c'est flou. Donc, c'est autant de détails que vous devez apporter de façon très précise et concise, et sans ignorer que la nature de l'investissement, la taille du montant que vous voulez comme financement doit être directement liée à l'impact potentiel que vous recherchez. Ça veut dire que dans votre présentation, on doit ressentir le lien qu'il y a entre le financement que vous demandez, l'objet pour lequel vous allez investir et le résultat ou bien l'impact.
Sorry, Foucault, I think your internet is a bit, there's a glitch.
Allô?
Are you done?
OK. Donc, je disais que vous devez dire quel est le potentiel impact que vous voulez atteindre. Par exemple,
hello, Foucault. Choma, let's continue. Let's continue with you. We'll come back to Foucault in the next slide. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So I see some questions asking where do you talk about your, which is part of this slide. I'm bringing it up because it's part of this slide. They're asking where you talk about your problem and your solution. That's exactly what you talk about in what you do, right? So what you do is the problem you're solving, the value you're bringing to the table. That's the meaning of what you do, right? So after introduction, you talk about the problem you're solving and the solution you're bringing, right? Then before you talk about what you want. All right, I hope that answers that question. So we go to the next. So this is the main thing. So this is a template for your elevator pitch, right? This is an easy template. You can take a screenshot and use it to fill the details that you want to talk about, right? So you talked about your company. My company is, you talk about your company name. I don't know if you can see the screen very well. So you talk about your company name. You describe exactly what you do.
Sorry to cut you short, Choma. We can share this with them after.
Yeah, but I'm explaining. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. That's fine.
Okay, so your company is, you explain what you do, which is what I talked about in the previous slide. And then you're creating or you're developing, what your solution is, what's your unique value for which market, which target market, So remember, what I wanted to bring up from this is, everybody, there's so many farmers, there's so many fashion designers, there's so many, there's so many architects, there's so many people in education, right? So in talking about your offering, your value, ensure that there's something unique about what you're offering. So it differentiates you from every other person. So imagine that there's so many people saying, I'm a painter, or I'm an artist. I draw beautiful, I draw beautiful drawings. What would differentiate you from every other person that has beautiful drawings? So you have to be able to find that unique thing that makes you to stand out, right? And that's your USP, your unique value. So find that thing and incorporate it into your solution. Don't just say you're an artist or you're a farmer or you are, right? You get what I mean? So find out exactly how you can stand out, find your unique value and amplify that unique value. A lot of us, we have it, but because we don't focus on it, we don't amplify it. No matter how simple it is, there's something different that you're bringing to the table than every other person in your industry. All right, and describe your target market. Who are you offering all of this amazing value to? All right, then next is state your traction. What have you done that is most significant, right? You have bought 100 hectares of land, or you are partnered with, the US government to do, a project in your community, or you have partnered with, the Tony Emily Foundation to empower 100,000 women, or you have, examples. So what's the most significant thing you have done? So what this does is it helps to build the trust or to believe in you that you actually mean business, right? So talk about the most significant thing you've done. It can be how many people you have in your customer base. It can be, in 2020, we acquired 10,000 more people from Ghana, to our customer base, or it can be, we want the, whatever awards you won, what is actually significant that when people hear it, or whoever the judge hears it, is more interested in offering you the opportunity because you mean business, right? So your traction helps to solidify your pitch that you've done great work, you mean business, you're not just looking for grants, you're actually doing the work. So your traction could be, any of these things I mentioned, your customer base, the partnerships you have, your sales revenue could be your traction, any significant awards and all of that. Then currently you have what you're doing now. So currently we are growing, or currently we are developing a prototype for, or currently we're located at, or we're building a new plant at, right? So what exactly are you doing now, and what are you looking to do next? So what you're looking to do next is then your ask. I need $5,000 to create more, expand my farm by 2 hectares, or expand my fashion business. I need to buy 3 more sewing machines. I need to employ 5 more tailors, or I need to build a new factory in so-and-so place. So what are you looking to do, right? And then state exactly what you plan to do with the ask. What do you plan to do with the ask? What do you plan to do with what you're asking for? Now, this last paragraph talks about the potential impact that I mentioned before. So for example, by the end of 2022, we would have empowered 100,000 women in our community, right? Or by the end of 2021, we would have sent 1,000 children back to school, or 1,000 girls in my community, school girls in my community, or 1,000 girls that are out of school would have sent them back to school by the end of 2021. So whatever it is you do, ensure that you have captured the potential impact of the ask, right? So you're asking for $5,000 to buy more laptops for girls coding, right? So is it that at the end of 6 months, 5 more girls will learn how to code and will be ready for the job, for coding jobs globally, right? That's the potential impact. So if I'm giving you $5,000, I am giving you because I know, or I believe that by the end of 6 months, you would have produced 5 young girls who are expert coders. So you see how it's easy for me to buy into your dream if I understand the potential impact of the money that I'm giving to you. All right. An example, by the end of 2025, Nigeria will be malaria-free. By the time, I need $5,000 to go into the research and development phase of this, my so a business, or we're creating a vaccine, or we're doing this and that. And by the end of the year, Nigeria will be malaria-free. So imagine telling me that by the end of 5 years, Nigeria will be malaria-free. I'll be more than happy to help you. I'll be more than happy to key into that dream because I want to be part of change. Everybody wants to be part of change, right? So if you tell me that by the end of 2025, Nigeria will be malaria-free because of the seed capital I'm giving you to engage in this, to conduct a research and produce a vaccine or something, I'll be more than happy to be part of that change, right? Because it's such impact, and I need to learn this. I need to learn the specifics. You need to tell me in detail how long it's going to take you to achieve this, how many people is going to be, how many people it will affect, and the total impact, right? That's what will help me to believe more in your project and offer you the funding. So this is about a summary of your elevator pitch. Remember, you've talked about the problem you're solving in the beginning. That's about what you do, your problem, your solution, who your target market is, who are you offering this solution to. And then the next section is talking about your traction. What have you done so far? In the last 2 years of your business or the last 1 year, what have you achieved? That's your traction. And then you talk about your ask. What do you need and what are you going to do with the money? And then you talk about your potential impact, which is the final, the closing of the elevator pitch. So what this does is, even if I didn't hear the stories you've told me before, but if you give me that punchline at the end of with your potential impact, I would immediately understand or recall the things we've talked about before, because the potential impact sticks, right, than every other thing we talked about. And that's why I keep hammering on the potential impact, because it's easy for me to remember that you said that by 2025, Nigeria will be malaria-free. You said that by the end of the second harvest season, that you would have harvested 25,000 baskets of tomatoes and shipped it to Ghana. So it's easy for me to grab that last line and understand every other thing you said. All right, Foko, I'm not sure if you are back with us. Let's hear your translation before Nadia.
OK, thank you, Shioma. Donc, nous vous présentons un exemple de présentation de pitch elevator. Donc, il est question ici que, par exemple, dans un premier paragraphe, vous puissiez présenter votre entreprise, le nom de votre entreprise, quel est le marché sur lequel vous intervenez de façon très simple. Qu'est-ce qui a été développé et quelle est la valeur unique, ça c'est très important, quelle est la valeur que vous apportez à la cible en fonction de votre modèle économique. Parce que c'est ça qui attrape, c'est ça qui attire l'investisseur afin qu'il puisse accepter votre projet tel que vous allez le présenter. Il faudrait que cela ait de la valeur ajoutée pour d'autres personnes. Après ça, vous devez indiquer bien évidemment quel est le marché sur lequel vous intervenez, par exemple en donnant une statistique globale ou bien la taille du marché. Pas uniquement ce que vous devez faire, mais la taille du marché global, le potentiel dans lequel vous intervenez par rapport au secteur, le potentiel par rapport au secteur où vous intervenez. À la suite, vous devez maintenant donner quels sont les différents, quel est le niveau d'avancement de votre projet, quels sont les points importants que vous avez déjà eu à développer, quels sont vos accomplissements. Parce que ça aussi, ça attire l'investisseur pour qu'il soit captivé. Vous devez savoir que lorsque vous vous présentez à quelqu'un, lorsque vous présentez votre projet à quelqu'un, vous n'êtes probablement pas la seule personne qui va verser des choses importantes et impressionnantes qui ont déjà été réalisées. Ça peut être la description de votre projet, ça peut être la description du service, ça peut être peut-être le nom de marque ou les brevets d'invention. Ça peut être des commandes que vous avez déjà réalisées. Tout ça, c'est important à mettre au devant dans le deuxième paragraphe. Et maintenant, pour finir, vous devez savoir que, on vous l'a dit, le potentiel
Okay, I think Foco's internet is shaking. Nadia.
Thanks, Shoma.
L'impact que vous faites doit être très bien précisé. Parce que lui, cette personne va résoudre un problème avec votre projet pour résoudre un. Et cet impact-là, vous devez l'indiquer. Over to you, Nadia.
Thanks, Foucault. Ok, pessoal, então este é um exemplo do pitch de elevador. É basicamente um modelo de um pitch de elevador. O que é que deve sair? Que fala minha empresa. Minha empresa, o nome da sua empresa, minha empresa Alfa, e depois a seguir tem que descrever o que é que a empresa faz. A minha empresa Alfa é empresa de construção civil, na província tal, país tal. Nós, para além de construir edifícios, nós fazemos isso, fazemos aquilo. Quer dizer, o valor que vocês trazem para o mercado, o que você traz para o mercado, porque não basta. Já existem outras empresas de construção civil. O que é que a tua empresa faz de diferente das outras? Por que eu devo apostar na tua empresa? Se calhar porque nós usamos materiais reciclados para fazer a nossa... para fazer como é que se diz, a construção civil, e dessa forma nós estamos a contribuir para o bem-estar, para a melhoria do ambiente e por aí, não é? O valor adicional que você traz para que o teu negócio vai oferecer. Shoma, can you please share this slide again?
Oh, sorry.
A seguir, vocês vão falar da vossa atração. O que é que vocês já fizeram? Olha, minha empresa já trabalhou aqui, já construiu isso, fez aquilo, e aqui a atração pode ser indicada por os maiores, as coisas mais importantes que vocês já alcançaram. Olha, nós já construímos a creche ali, nós já construímos essa ponte ali, e não sei o que, não sei o que. Por aí. Basicamente, o histórico, coisas que vocês já fizeram, que pode ser verificada e dizer, realmente esse pessoal... essa pessoa é capaz, ok? Depois, vai dizer agora o corrente estado, o estado atual da vossa empresa, em termos de produto, serviço e por aí. Nesse momento, nós temos X obras, nós temos isso, nós temos este ou aquele desafio, enfim. Tudo isso deve ser expresso agora, na atualidade, dizer qual é a situação da empresa agora. E depois... Agora vocês vão fazer o pedido. Né? Até agora você apresentou a empresa, a seguir você vai isso que a empresa faz, e agora você vai fazer o pedido que você quer. Okay? Aquilo que você quer. Você quer ou nós queremos esse valor para fazer isso, fazer aquilo. Que é para comprar uma máquina que vai transformar, por exemplo, plásticos em blocos que nós usaremos para pavimentar. Ok. Ótimo. Você está a ser aqui bastante preciso. Não está a dizer só que eu preciso do dinheiro para melhorar a minha empresa ou para alargar a minha empresa, mas não, eu já disse que eu preciso de dinheiro para comprar uma máquina que vai transformar resíduos plásticos ou garrafas plásticas, tudo plástico, em blocos. Bem concreto. Ok? E depois você vai dizer o potencial impacto, não é? É que, olha, no fim de 2022, se nós conseguimos esse dinheiro até o final de 2022, nós teremos eliminado X toneladas de plástico no ambiente. E, em contrapartida, nós estamos a impedir ou a eliminar o uso de X toneladas de areia, por exemplo, porque nós vamos substituir os blocos tradicionais de areia com os blocos de plástico. Portanto, você aqui, quando fala que vai eliminar X toneladas de plástico do meio ambiente, logo o investidor vai dizer, uau, quer dizer que se eu der dinheiro a essa pessoa, as ruas vão ficar mais limpas, o ambiente vai ficar mais limpo, mais saudável. Quer dizer, algo concreto. O impacto é muito importante, pessoal. Tentem realmente falar do impacto do vosso negócio em termos de datas, assim, em termos de prazos do cronograma, quer dizer, dentro de X de tempo. No primeiro exemplo, falávamos de tomate. Quando alguém diz que, olha, eu vou produzir mais tomates e vou exportar para a cidade vizinha, X de toneladas de tomate ou X quilos de tomate por semanas. Aí, logo, o investidor diz, isso é bom, quer dizer que aquela cidade onde tinha escassez vai deixar de haver escassez. Portanto, tem que ser coisas concretas que o investidor consiga relacionar-se a elas e, dessa forma, poder tomar uma decisão a vosso favor. Choma, over to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Nadia. Okay, so I would. I saw a few questions that are asking, things around this template. So I'll just take them now, and I will stop sharing my screen since we are. So this is the end of the slide, anyway. Okay, so this is the end. So I'll stop sharing my screen and take some of these questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So first, someone asked. Oh,
sorry, Choma. Sorry. It's just to